The Princess and the Frog, a new adventure. Once upon a time, in the vibrant city of New Orleans, Princess Tiana had achieved her dream of owning a grand restaurant alongside her beloved Prince Naveen. The couple lived a life full of joy, surrounded by the rhythm of jazz and the aromas of Tiana's famous gumbo. But one evening, something strange happened. A mysterious visitor arrived at the restaurant, a traveling sorceress named Amara. She was known for her magical powers, and though she appeared kind, there was an unsettling air about her. Amara handed Tiana an ancient medallion, engraved with symbols she couldn't understand, and warned, "This medallion has a powerful secret. You must protect it, for it is linked to a great danger." Unsure of what to do, Tiana decided to keep the medallion safe. But that night, strange things began to happen. The peaceful Bayou seemed to come alive with dark forces. Creatures from the shadows started lurking in the swamps, and the stars above New Orleans began to dim. Feeling a great responsibility, Tiana and Naveen, along with their old friends Louis the Alligator and Ray's firefly family, embarked on a journey deep into the Bayou. They soon discovered that Amara's medallion was linked to an ancient curse that had once been defeated by the Frog King. Long before Tiana had ever been transformed into a frog, the curse had returned, and this time, it threatened not just the Bayou, but all of New Orleans. The only way to stop it was to find the legendary Frog King's lost crown. The crown held the power to break the curse for good, but it was hidden in the darkest part of the swamp, guarded by magical creatures and treacherous obstacles. As they traveled deeper into the Bayou, Tiana and her friends faced numerous challenges, including enchanted vines, fierce swamp monsters, and trickster spirits. Along the way, Tiana learned the value of trusting in magic, something she had always been skeptical of. With each trial, she and Naveen grew closer, reminding each other of the love that had first blossomed when they were frogs themselves. In a climactic final battle, they encountered the guardian of the crown, a massive spirit frog that demanded Tiana prove her worthiness. Using not just her strength, but her compassion and cleverness, Tiana convinced the guardian that she truly understood the importance of balance between magic and the real world. In the end, Tiana obtained the crown, and with its power, broke the ancient curse. The dark forces retreated, the stars shone brightly once more, and peace returned to the Bayou and New Orleans. Tiana and Naveen returned to their restaurant, but with a new understanding of the magic that flows through the city. They knew that adventure might call again, but for now, they were content to enjoy the present, cooking, dancing, and living their dream. And so, the story of the princess and the frog continued, full of love, laughter, and a touch of magic. The Princess and the Frog, the Bayou's hidden kingdom. After Tiana and Naveen returned from their latest adventure, life resumed its vibrant rhythm in New Orleans. The restaurant bustled with excitement every night, and Tiana felt more fulfilled than ever. But one evening, as the sunset painted the skies with a golden hue, something extraordinary occurred. A shimmering, ethereal light shot across the bayou, illuminating the distant waters in a way that no one had ever seen. Tiana, intrigued, gazed out from the balcony of her restaurant. The mystical light seemed to be calling her. What could it be? She wondered. Naveen, always up for an adventure, said with a playful grin, "Looks like the bayou is calling us again." The next morning, they gathered their old friends Louis, the jazz-loving alligator, and Ray's firefly family, led by his nephew Lucien. Together, they ventured into the bayou once more, following the light. As they traveled deeper into the swamp, they encountered a peculiar phenomenon. Time seemed to slow down, and the air was filled with the soft hum of magic. The light led them to a place none of them had known existed, an underwater kingdom beneath the bayou, hidden by powerful enchantments. This kingdom, called l'Ombre du Roi, or the Shadow of the King, had been lost to the world for centuries. Its ruler, King Arion, had been cursed long ago, and his people had been trapped beneath the waters ever since. The kingdom was a magnificent sight: crystal-clear lagoons, glowing plants, and towering coral castles. but it was eerily quiet. King Arion, once a powerful and just leader, had been tricked by the same dark magic that had cursed the Bayou in Tiana's previous adventure. He had been transformed into a shadow, neither living nor dead, and his people had fallen into a deep sleep. Tiana learned that the medallion given to her by Amara was, in fact, the key to breaking King Arion's curse and restoring the underwater kingdom to its former glory. But there was a catch. The curse could only be broken if someone pure of heart willingly took on the burden of the kingdom's darkness for a brief moment, absorbing its energy and releasing the people from their eternal sleep. Without hesitation, Tiana offered to help. She knew the risks but also understood the importance of saving the kingdom and its people. Naveen, ever loyal and protective, wanted to go with her, but Tiana insisted that this was something she had to do alone. The ceremony was set in the heart of the underwater kingdom. As Tiana held the medallion and recited the ancient words taught to her by Amara, a shadowy force enveloped her. For a moment, Tiana felt the weight of the kingdom's despair. The years of lost hope, the sorrow of being forgotten. It was overwhelming, but Tiana's inner strength, forged through years of hard work and perseverance, helped her endure. With a final burst of light, the curse shattered. The sleeping people of the kingdom awoke, and King Arion, now restored to his true form, knelt before Tiana, grateful for her bravery. The once silent kingdom was now filled with laughter, music, and celebration. King Arion offered Tiana and Naveen a great reward, but Tiana only asked for one thing: peace for her beloved Bayou and the people she cherished. The king smiled and granted her request, ensuring that no dark forces would ever again threaten the land. As they returned to the surface, Tiana and Naveen looked back at the now glowing waters of the Bayou. They had saved an entire kingdom, and once again, Tiana had proven that a strong heart and a selfless spirit could overcome even the darkest magic. Back in New Orleans, life resumed once more, but the experience had changed Tiana. She now understood that magic was not just something from fairy tales. It was woven into the very fabric of the world around her. And as she stirred her famous gumbo or danced to the sounds of jazz, Tiana knew that the Bayou held countless more secrets, just waiting for her to discover. But for now, she was content to live her dream, knowing that the next adventure could be just around the corner. After all, in New Orleans, magic is never far away. The Princess and the Frog. Journey to the Enchanted Isle. After the events in the Underwater Kingdom, Tiana and Naveen's lives in New Orleans became more magical than ever. The bond between the Bayou and the mystical realms was now stronger, and Tiana's restaurant thrived, becoming a hub of joy, music, and flavors. One day, an unexpected guest arrived at the restaurant, a mysterious, weathered sea captain named Captain Finn. He had heard of Tiana's bravery and sought her help with an ancient legend. The captain revealed that far beyond the Bayou, past the great rivers and into the vast ocean, lay an enchanted isle, Alligator Zephyr. The island was hidden by powerful winds, and its heart held the legendary Pearl of the Winds, an artifact with the ability to control the weather itself. According to the captain, the winds around New Orleans had been behaving strangely lately. Torrential storms appeared out of nowhere, wreaking havoc on the city's crops and waters. The pearl had been stolen from its rightful place by a band of ruthless treasure hunters, and unless it was returned, the storms would grow stronger, eventually consuming the entire region. Determined to protect her home, Tiana agreed to embark on this adventure. Naveen, always ready for a new thrill, insisted on coming along, and Louis, ever loyal, tagged along as well. With Captain Finn leading the way, they set sail down the Mississippi River and into the open ocean, heading toward the mysterious Alligator Zephyr. Their journey wasn't easy. Along the way, they encountered fierce pirates who had also heard of the island's legendary treasure, and they had to navigate treacherous waters, where massive sea creatures stirred beneath the waves. But as always, Tiana's grit and determination pushed them through each challenge. When they finally arrived at the Alligator Zephyr, they were met with a breathtaking sight: towering cliffs, enchanted forests, and a glowing storm at the center of the island, swirling with wild winds. It was there that they found the stolen pearl, guarded by a group of the treasure hunters who had been cursed by the island's magic for their greed. The pearl was the island's heart, and without it, the balance of nature was thrown into chaos. In a thrilling showdown, Tiana, Naveen, and Lewis worked together to outsmart the treasure hunters and retrieve the pearl. But just as they were about to return it to its rightful place, the leader of the treasure hunters, a cunning rogue named Vesper, challenged Tiana to a test of wits. Knowing the power of the pearl, Vesper wanted to use it to control the winds for personal gain. Tiana, however, understood that such power was not meant for any one person to wield. She accepted the challenge, a contest of riddles and wisdom, where Vesper underestimated Tiana's cleverness and inner strength. With her sharp mind and the lessons she had learned from her previous adventures, Tiana outwitted Vesper and reclaimed the pearl. As Tiana placed the Pearl of the Winds back into its rightful spot, a serene calm spread over the island, and the wild storm at its center dissipated. The cursed treasure hunters were freed from their fate, and the island itself seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. Grateful for their help, the island's magical inhabitants, unseen before, appeared and granted Tiana and her friends a safe journey home. Back in New Orleans, the storms ceased, and the city thrived once more. Tiana and Naveen returned as heroes, but they were humble, knowing that their true reward was the safety of their beloved home. Tiana had once again proven that true strength came not from power, but from heart, wisdom, and the courage to protect those you love. As they danced in the warm glow of New Orleans streetlights that night, Tiana and Naveen knew that their adventures were far from over. Somewhere out there, beyond the horizon, more mysteries awaited, waiting for the next time the Bayou called them on another magical journey.